Hello, I'm Mr. Has-Been, and this is... No, Teddy.
Around about the age of 12, people said that I looked like a character of a TV show called Not the 9 O'Clock News. And that's where I started my career in a local holiday camp. My nickname became 9 O'Clock, but not the 9 O'Clock News. But as the years unfolded, people kept on sort of doing double takes on me and looking back and said I looked like him, and perhaps one day I should perhaps consider being somebody who could act as Mr. Bean. A couple of years ago, one of my agents called me in the UK and said could I do a little screen test on my telephone in my garden. So I did, and I thought it was for a commercial or a corporate show reel. I was told it was in Beijing, so I went to Beijing, and when I got there I was told that it was a movie. Mr. Atkinson and his team had looked all around the world to identify the person that looked the closest and acted the closest, and they picked me. It was a very humbling experience. So yes, I was the actor double for Mr. Atkinson for his character Mr. Bean. So recently I arrived back in the UK after spending just under 5 months in Wuhan in China. While I was there, it wasn't planned to be that way. I went over there for Chinese New Year with some friends of mine, and of course the news then broke that the virus was about, and we all had to take precautions. Very worrying moment, of course, but after a little while I was very fortunate. I had a fan base on the internet, and they were all worried about me, yes me, and there was millions of people. I couldn't believe it. And through their worry about me, I sort of flipped it round and realised that if I was a central point for them, then perhaps I could make some short video films to educate them with regards to safety when going out, when coming back in, what to consider. And after a while, these became, a lot of people liked them, so I carried that on. I was commissioned to make a film on my life in lockdown, which I done. That then went out to a Chinese audience, and on their equivalent to Twitter, over 460 million people hit the site and left some very nice warm messages of thanks for what I was doing, but not just Wuhan but China as a whole, giving them some idea on what to do in the epidemic with regards to daily routines, exercising, etc. So yes, that was very heartwarming to feel the people of China come back to me like that.